And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. UCR proudly presents Talk Yo Shit. And we are back in the state. So tell a friend that we back up in this thing, folks. Now, with that being said, tonight we're gonna let it all hang out. That is the name of tonight's show. We're gonna let it all hang out. We got some crazy shit. We doing taboos up in here. So with that being said, I'm pass the baton to the lovely professor, and let's get it started. Let's get
How y'all
it.
doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? We're just
Slow,
gonna jump right
slow.
into the first question, y'all. Okay. Is the absence of a mother just as important as the absence of a father? And
Got
if it
right into
is,
it.
why?
Say the question again.
Is the absence of a mother just as important as the absence of a father? And why?
Yes, yes. Because the thing is this. I mean, and it honestly depends on the gender of the child as well, I guess, because can't no woman raise a man. I'm gonna say, like, we all have, we basically have fathers who teach us to the best of their abilities to how to be men, but I don't think a woman can raise a man. And honestly, I've seen, not a shout out to the dudes that's doing it, but I've seen some dudes who have trouble with raising women. So therefore, I think both having both parents to where you have that equal balance for the child. Yes, you need both parents. My humblest opinion.
Uh, Anybody else before I speak?
I think it's more so it does matter to a degree because without the mother being involved in the child's life, you don't have that nurturing factor. And without that nurturing factor, without that nurturing factor, you basically it- it's basically that child doesn't know how to love or to be loved. So if you have both, like Jay said, like the rebel said, like if you have both parents in your life, it really does balance out because you have the love of a father, you have the love of a mother, and to show them the way of how to be how to be loved and how to be appreciated, in my view.
I think they need just a balance of. It's also a balance of personalities as well. I mean, I know that in certain situations you don't. I mean, of course, you have a mother and father, but then you also have, situations in the LGBT community as well, where it's not necessarily father and father. I mean, sorry, father and mother. It's father and father or mother and mother, but it's just a matter of having a balance of personalities and what you can instill within your children. When you have just one parent, it's kind of based upon their parenting is based upon just their logic, and that's it. So I think having two parents balances out the child a little bit better.
Okay. The boy?
Um, I think it's all important. I believe it takes a community to raise kids these days. It's not about just having a mother or father, it's about having grandparents and aunties and godparents and all the above. I think everyone plays a crucial role in raising children. So missing a vital piece like a mother is just as important as missing a father because um, without the without the parts that play in my children's life, I know I'd be a mess right now. So I think every role is just as important as the next role.
I agree. Um, Piggybacking off all y'all, I feel like each parent plays a different role, and I feel like a woman and a man both need both parents. A child needs a man and a woman because the woman's going to teach that child certain things that the father can't, and vice versa. I feel like those things that the father teaches his daughter, like knowing how to change a tire, doing oil, those certain things, mothers can't teach, but it's good to learn from the dad and vice versa. It's all on how they grow up and how they um put it to their child, how they bring it to them, how everyone around them is help raising that child. If you come from a society or from a family that don't have a mother, don't have a father, you did have those roles from other people in your family. So, like Double A said, it takes a community to raise a child, and I
Absolutely.
feel that I don't have kids personally, but I have godkids. I'm an auntie of 18, and all of my nieces and nephews and all of them know they can come and talk to me about anything. So I feel like everybody's role is just as important.
Swag. That's what's up. That's what's up. Because
Nobody in the
yeah,
comments tonight right now.
back in the day, shit, neighbors raised us. Fucking people around the corner, whoever knew your parents, they helped raise you. If once somebody caught you fucking up, they whoop your ass and then send you home and you got another one. So
Yep, they was
that's
on the phone with your parent.
yeah, like I just fucked him up and I'm sending him home to so you can finish the fuck up right now.
finish,
So
finish the job.
Unfortunately, nowadays that can't be done because that's considered abuse.
okay, it was considered abuse when we were kids, but our parents
But
used to scare us. Our
but
parents used
but
to
see,
scare us.
It wasn't as talked about. It wasn't as
back
talked
then
about
you
back
can do it
then.
when you didn't get in trouble. You do it now. They got all these different agencies that the child can call or somebody can call, and now you going to jail because you didn't whoop their ass for some bad shit they didn't did.
I'm about to say shit. They had the numbers when we were kids, but we didn't dare pick up the phone and call.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. I think personally, some of these soft ass parents. I'm being honest.
I
Not
mean,
all
it's
parents
okay
are
to
soft.
be a
Not all
soft
parents are
parent.
soft. Let me get
It's
that.
okay to be a
Let me
soft
say that
parent.
for the people.
It's okay to be a
Yo,
soft
it's okay
parent,
to be soft.
but
It's okay to
you
be
have to
soft and
be stern
nurturing.
when
Don't
it's
get
time
me
to be
wrong, but
stern.
right,
And
exactly. So that's what I'm
in
saying.
other words, don't be a pushover.
Exactly because like I said, I work at a school and you should see the way some of these kids talk to their parents and all this other shit, and I'll be like, God damn, I wish I would even so much as even work up a couple words to say to my dad or my mom's when I'm fucking up in school. I wish the fuck I would. I
Let
wouldn't
me
live to
explain
see the
something to
next day.
you.
Let's just put it like that.
My mama worked at my elementary and junior high. Come in, and I wouldn't dare. Sorry, yeah, delivery. Um, do anything like that. I wish I would. My mama was right there. She whooped my ass on the spot, so I was scared. Not doing it.
And
Mama
then
put
Luckily,
me
I
to
some,
didn't.
play with.
Luckily, I didn't get that embarrassment as a child. Like I would think I was going to, but yeah, it was always waiting for me when I got home. As soon
and
as I
then
walked through the
also
door, go
being
ahead.
a soft parent is not necessary. I think when people feel like being a soft parent, like you guys said, is more being a pushover. Be soft parenting is basically instead of placing immediate discipline down on a child or just telling them, no, don't do this, whatever the case may be, at a certain age, they begin to have a better understanding of communication so they could talk. They can actually express how they're feeling.
Okay, that's not necessarily the case, but I'm the reason why I say this. My mama was not a soft parent. We were able to talk, but you had a limit. We had a right to express ourselves. We could curse, just not at her.
Right.
Um, but my mom and my daddy did not play that at all.
No,
I
but what I
wish
was
I
going to
could.
say
Mm.
is that
I wish I could
there is
curse.
a limit to that, though. There's definitely a limit to it because then it's to a point where it's like, okay, I've given you your opportunity to express yourself, but you're not understanding where I'm coming from as a parent. So now I need to double down with my discipline. So it's more of it's a balance.
Yeah.
I would just
I
say,
couldn't express. I couldn't express shit as a child. But good. Sorry. Go ahead.
for all the parents, is do what works for you, yo. I'm not here to give no one parenting advice because I'm not that guy. But if you work well with your kids work well with you, then more power to you guys. But I don't want to be the one to call someone a pushover or a soft parent or the hard boot camp parent, just whatever works for y'all works for y'all. And I salute to all the parents out there.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
salute
That's
to
big.
y'all. I mean, for the
Definitely.
parents that I know that are my friends, they do well with their children. But I have seen some parents that are, that don't have no moral value. They don't have uh, they don't have the know-how to have kids. They just have them at this point.
Well, there is no manual on how to. Well, there is, but at the end of the day, when people have kids, a lot of times they don't have no parenting experience. You might have grew up watching your little brother, or maybe some siblings or some relatives, but when you have that kid day in and day out, and ain't no breaks, it's just you and that kid most of the time. It's a harsh reality check, and it's not meant for everybody. So but definitely, it builds character. It's not easy, and that's again I say I salute all the parents, because I know the job is never done. No matter how old your kids get, it's never over. So you got a lifetime commitment until you go 6 feet under.
That's a fact.
We'll see it.
True statement.
And then we
That
got
is
a
a
comment.
fact.
You go to
Yes.
the comment.
Oh, this is my friend Lorena. Hey, girl. Thank you for
Hey,
joining.
Lorena.
Hello.
She
I
said, I don't have kids, so I'm not sure how I would parent. I'm easy to say, oh heck no. If that was my child, they would not be talking to me like that way. Sorry. Who knows how it'll really be. Sasha is in the building. What's up,
What up,
girl?
Sasha?
Hey,
Said
how
that.
you be? Hi,
And then
Sasha.
Lorena also said, hey.
Hey,
And
again.
then going back to just the original question, like in regards to what's more, I think we do need to place a little bit more light on mothers being absent from the child's life because it's so much focus on the fathers that we tend to forget that there are, let's
Single
be honest,
fathers out here raising
yeah,
their
there are
kids
single
without the
fathers
mother.
that are raising without the mothers, but there's not much light on that as the opposite.
That's definitely true.
Mm,
You don't think so, Gerald?
not as much so. I mean, like I said, that's why I go back to. That's why I say having both of the parents there
No,
is
no, no.
the thing.
No, no, no. She's saying that we put the light on women always being the single parent and the father's always missing. Let's shed light on that. There are a lot of single fathers out there doing it, and there's mothers that are not there. That's what she was saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
true, but I mean, it's true, but I mean, why do you think that is though? That they push the father not being there because as opposing to the mother.
Because the narrative is the kids belong with the mother. That's the narrative that has always been pushed when that's not necessarily the case.
That no matter what, it's like the mother, she birthed the children. It's almost like her, it's always going to be necessary that she is there to provide for her children.
And that's not the
Mhm.
case with a lot of mothers. It's it's
Yeah,
it's
because
it's a lot of
they
single
want to have
fathers
that.
out here that people don't even know. It's a big number.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I know some, so yeah, I get it. But, but teach his own. Next question.
Oh, wait, we have two
Another
more
comment.
comments. Sasha said, hey. And she also said, my dad raised me. There we go.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question is, why do you think the pattern of trauma is so difficult to rewrite? Why do you think the pattern of trauma is so difficult to rewrite?
Because
Mm.
sometimes it's almost as if that shit is just embedded into you. Like, especially if it's generational trauma, like things that just kind of continue on and on and on. It's really, really hard sometimes to unwrap that because you got to go through a lot of healing and you got to go through a lot of like a reassessing of yourself to figure, okay, why is this trauma holding on to me for as long as it's been? Like, it's a really, really long process.
Okay.
I just
Mm.
feel like the level of trauma is never ending. I mean, you have you have so many layers to trauma. Like you shatter one, then there's another. You shatter that one, then there's another. I mean, it's never ending. Like at some point trauma is just gonna keep happening, no
I
matter
feel
how
so
much you
weak.
try to no matter how much you try to shatter those layers and try to heal from it, in my view.
Mm, talk your shit. Talk your
Fellas.
shit.
Yeah.
Say the question again.
Okay. Hold on.
I've been
Phone
drinking.
watch.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Why do you think the pattern of trauma is so difficult to rewrite? Why do you think
To
the pattern of
rewrite.
trauma is so difficult to rewrite?
Mm, maybe my 1.59 is kicking in because I don't really understand the question per se.
Um, you go through many things in life. It's not just family or
Right.
trauma happens from different things. Why do you think it's so difficult to rewrite that trauma as you grow up to change it better for you, to make it better for you? How do you go about doing it?
Well, to say rewrite, I can't even say that because the trauma that I did receive growing up, I always looked at it as that's what not to do when I get to be of age at
So
the end
you
of the
rewrote
day.
it, right?
Well, I mean,
You
okay,
changed
well
it.
in that case, okay, well if I rewrote it, then I don't think it's pretty much that difficult per se. I mean, it really depends on the person if you really want to be honest,
It depends on the
because some
person and
trauma,
the level of trauma.
right, and it depends on and it really depends on how much of a hold that trauma has on you because some people hold on, as you me just said, like there's some drama that you just once you break it goes through a cycle, but there's just some drama, some excuse me trauma that is unbreakable to a person. It can be to a point where it's like this trauma has held me for 20 years because sometimes they don't have the mental capacity to break through it at the end of the day because it's still hurtful on the inside at the end of the day. So that can be the problem of them rewriting it, I should say.
Hmm.
But depends on if you're willing to let that trauma go, then you can rewrite it by saying this is not what I'm gonna do. I seen how it worked this way, but if I go this way, I should expect a better result because, like I said, like people say all the time, when you do something over and over and over, expect the same result. So it's a possibility. So yeah, I don't think that you can rewrite trauma if you go the same way that it's went. And if you go the different way, you can rewrite it, but it just depends on the person at the end of the day.
The what?
Um, for me, it breaks down into two different categories: things we can control and things we can't control. Um, reality, um, being a black man in America, police brutality, racism. These are all things that I necessarily can't control. Um, things I can control is making sure my pants ain't saggy, making sure that I go out and have a damn good job, make sure I do get educated. Um, these are all things I can control. So when you rewrite your trauma, make sure you rewriting things that you can rewrite and not so much focus on the things that you can't control.
That's facts. I say this. When it comes to trauma, I feel like a lot of times too, people are scared to see how far they can come from their trauma. So they rather stay in something that they know instead of venturing out into something they don't know. Um, there are many layers, and sometimes when you break a layer, you do have to go through multiple layers. But it's that, are you willing to push through it? And some people aren't because they feel like it's too much of a hassle when they can stay where they are, where they already know what it is. That's just
Because
my
it's
opinion.
comfort. Misery loves company. It's just you've lived with that trauma for so long that anything different, like you said, but it's fear. You're scared of it. So you rather continue dealing with something that you're already aware of, you understand, than to possibly get better. Like that's why a lot of people stay in, they gravitate to specific types of relationships because it allows them to not have to grow any past what they've been going through. So they just deal with it.
They're comfortable being stagnant in that place and time in their life.
Hmm.
Mm, okay. I like y'all answers. I love y'all answers. That's fact.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I try. You know, I got a 2.68.
All right, we got one comment. Lorena says, I think we can learn how to function with it, unfortunately, but I think our trauma will always be a part of us.
Trauma will always be a part of you, but it's up to you if you're going to let it hold you down and keep you back.
Right.
I mean, you can't escape trauma even if you tried. Like
Well,
it's
well,
basically inevitable.
well, I mean, you can't escape trauma, but I think you had, like Aaron said, you can have control over it. You can, and also like the professor said, you can't let it weigh you down. Yeah, a trauma can be a piece of your life, but don't let it be the driving force of why you're failing in life at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Because
trauma.
a lot of people hold on to trauma. A lot of people hold on to trauma from years, and that's the reason why they can't get a job, or the reason why they can't, or the reason why they feel the world owes them something, because they
Yeah,
dealt with that trauma. And 9 times out of 10, there are people that are have had, if not as much trauma as you, but more, but they didn't allow it to help them. So then it goes back to what I said. It just depends on the person. How long are you allowed to have this trauma to have you doing the same exact thing as opposed to going the right way?
yeah.
That's
I
why
think
therapy
trauma,
is necessary. Sorry.
trauma.
Sorry, girl.
No, y'all good. Y'all good. Trauma is supposed to build personality. It's supposed to uh
Build character.
give us drive, motivation to better ourselves. Like a lot of people get into trauma and don't know how to get out of it, but it's not how you start when you end the trauma, it's how you finish. So, if you did maybe like 3 or 4 job interviews and each one of them turned you down, if you stop right there and say, well, fuck it, I just not gonna work anymore, your trauma should have pushed you over the ledge and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going out here and searching for jobs and find me a job that works for me, or find a job I can get hired for. But trauma is supposed to build personality, character. It's supposed to make you a better person. It's not supposed to kick you in the gut and
Leave you down there.
exactly.
But and like I say, piggybacking off that, I also think that you need to add a core group of people around you that are positive, that are getting to a point to where you want to be in life. Because believe it or not, like I said, I mean, there is a lot of situations where people can't come out of it, but they're doing it by themselves. And I believe that if you have a supporting cast that is, whether it's tough love or the soft love that you're looking for, that they're able to get you out of it and get you out of that funk from losing at them interviews, to where you're able to get back up on that high horse to go keep searching and to continue to be better in life at the end of the day. Because everybody can't do it by themselves. Yes, you have some people who can at the end of the day, but there are some people who need some sort of support system at the end of the day. So I believe in order to get past trauma, you need to have the confidence within yourself, but you also need a supporting cast to help you get over that hump at the end of the day. So
And just certain entities as well. It's like therapy is one. I mean, if you're a spiritualist, shadow work is another. If you're a Christian, going to church, it's different things that could help you overcome that and pretty much be better and not have that trauma pretty much take over your life. Like, remember, you're not your trauma at all. That is not your identifier.
don't let it be.
Hmm.
Don't let it be. Because
Yes,
some
sir.
because some trauma, it becomes that person. And because how many people that has a trauma and they let that identify as who they are at the end of the day.
That's
But
definitely true.
Yeah,
Very well
definitely.
but
said.
You
let's get to these comments before we get too deep.
Right now, we don't have
I
any.
think
So we
no,
can get
we're good. Remember if you guys want to join in the conversation and get on cam, let us know and we'll shoot you a link.
most
Yes,
definitely.
Um,
yes, yes, yes. We love to hear you guys' take on these questions because, like I said, we getting deep tonight. It's not really all fun and games with us. So, but yeah, we giving out. We gonna try to give out as much game as we can. We hope to get game from y'all. So at the same time, say what you got to say in the comments, but also don't be afraid to get on camera. So let's get it.
why in today's society do you think it is so hard for people to commit?
Ooh, that's loaded.
Mm, to commit.
To commit.
Hey, hey, hey,
mm,
hey.
this is all from a general perspective, right?
Yes, off of a
Yes.
general perspective. It does not have to be from your lifestyle, but just in general. It
Mm.
is heavy.
Hoo-wee.
Go ahead, me.
I mean, he asked a question, so I'm just answering it.
Yeah, she was just clarifying that. But I, but I believe commitment
Supposed to be serious,
is.
yeah.
But honestly, I feel like commitment is becoming has become transparent, and people don't know how to commit to anything in life. Like you have if you want to like say if you want to accomplish something and you feel like you don't have the necessary steps to get there, it's easy to fall back on it when you don't have the necessary tools to it and you just flat out just give up instead of just push it through just instead of just push it through no matter what the difficulty of it is.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of knowing yourself. I mean, usually people who can't commit, cheat, whatever the case may be, they're not only are they not caring for the partners that they're with, but they don't really care for themselves at all. It's like if you're not going to be able to commit if you yourself have not, again, it goes back to the whole trauma thing. If you have any sort of traumas that involve abandonment or anything of that nature, you're not going to want to commit to one person. So it's a matter of you working on yourself before you decide that you want to fully commit to somebody. Like, don't just commit just to say that I'm with somebody.
Okay.
And that's where the real issue is. It's a lot of people who are in relationships just to say that they're in relationships and not really grasping that you two are together and this is a unit now. It's not just you and the other person. So it's just a matter of being selfish as well as, again, growth.
Hmm.
it it kind of ties back into the last question we just tackled about traumas as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't commit because of prior traumas and not letting know how to let go of baggage before entering new commitments or new obligations. So um, we live in a world where hurt people, and I think so many people have been hurt, and so many people are afraid to be vulnerable um, and let down their wall for someone else. So I think because of a lot of people out here have been hurt more than one time in their life. I think this is why, or let's just say, because of previous traumas in their lifetime, this is why people don't commit as much no more. Not just in relationship, but just in life. Period.
Hmm.
Um, Piggybacking off what Double A just said, I think personally it goes back to the last two questions we just had because when you see when you see a mother and a father in the household and everything is going good. I mean, everything is not great because nothing is ever perfect. But when you see a loving husband and wife, as a child you strive for that. That's the thing you want at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, I want to be married, I want to be able to have the kids, I want to have the house, I want to have this, I want to have that. And then, but also I think that social media and all these outlets on the internet is what is becoming a problem to some of us and the younger generation, of why it's so difficult to commit, because you always hear about this person cheating, you always hear about this person doing X, Y, and Z. Then it gets to a point where you start to think, where it's like, well, shit, this person ain't gonna be true to me, so why should I even be true to them at the end of the day? So I think uh, I think it's just the perception of the world at the end of the day. Like, but as we've said before, if you see something, and it didn't work this way, you want it to work that way, as opposed to, instead of going left, you want to go right. So that's why you would take your intelligence, I should say, your common sense, and be like, okay, it didn't work for my parents when it went this way. So let me go this way and try to do a relationship. And hopefully, if it work out, it does. If it doesn't, at least I tried. But I just believe in that. It's just, go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
No, no, I'm saying go ahead. Like, I'm done.
Oh, I'm like, ain't nobody saying that. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
I feel like people are afraid to commit because of the fear of them thinking they're missing out on something. When you are not committed, you can do what you want. But when you're committed to someone or to something, those other things you can't really do or mess with, or because you're here and you're with something. So the fear of missing out on things or being able to do certain things I feel like, is the reason why a lot of people don't commit. It's just kind of simple and to the point with that one for me. But
It's an interesting take on it.
And then also figure out what your fairy tale is. Don't base it on everybody else's. That's another thing. Like, people will look at other relationships. Huh?
I don't want a fairy tale.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever you would consider as one, like, it doesn't have to be the specifics of happily ever after. But I think people are always chasing after what other people see as couple goals, and it's like, if it's not that, then I don't want it. It's like, you don't know what you want until you know yourself.
Y'all sit up there following Papoose and Remy, and you see what's going on.
Not going.
We're not about to do the allegeds right now. So,
I said it.
Oh,
I said it.
That's a maybe. We don't know, but okay.
I said, y'all see what's going on.
Yeah.
But it is a prime example. It's like they were, couple goals, like Papoose love her. Like, should not be your focus. What is what
point? You said Papoose, you know what? Get me started.
You know what I mean?
I'm about to say, yeah, we know Papoose loved her, but nobody ever said, "Oh, Remy loves it."
Love them hoes. We got the door. Okay.
Go to the comments.
My bad. Okay. Trying to get back up here. Okay, here we go. Loretta was laughing from earlier, and Sasha says, "I can say for me, watching my parents being married and how horrible that was, I developed a fear of commitment." Ooh. And Lorena says, absolutely. We were both traumatized from previous relationships. Took us a year of on and off until we decided we are committed. It's not perfect, but 6 years later, we're in it to make it work. And Poetic is in the building. What's up?
What's the deal, guys?
What up, boy?
Sasha says, and when I was absolutely committed in past relationships, it didn't go well. So now I'm working on undoing that trauma so that doesn't hold me back. I feel that.
That's good.
Lorena says,
yourself first, girl.
Commitment trauma. He's actually married. I think he's working through it.
We have commitment trauma. Okay. I mean, that's true.
I'm sorry. I jumped. I was reading the questions. Thought out loud. Go ahead.
No, you good.
No, but
Oh.
but thank you. I have commitment drama. Okay.
And then
Trauma.
Poetic says, I'm not speaking on this topic at all. You better talk.
Are you saying like the whole
Uh-uh.
show or just this question?
He said
You better say something in the comments, sir. You got so much else to say.
I just need to know. You talking about this particular question? Or you not gonna say nothing through the whole show? Because that's some
Well,
bullshit.
regardless if he's doing that or not, can we get to?
Oh, he said this question.
Oh, he said
Okay.
this question.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
keep it
About to
moving.
say,
Let's get to the next one.
You about to fight. I seem like this would be a good question to ask because it's going on now. Why do you think a lot of female rappers exploit themselves in their music?
Here we go.
Because it's the only fucking way they gonna sell at the end of the day. Because some of these rappers, a lot of these rappers are trash. Women, a lot of these women rappers are trash. It's like they, like I say, they gotta let the world know how they coochie is and all this other little shit. And then, not to mention, they're influencing the younger crowds and some of the older crowds that this is the way to go at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, sex sells. So that's the reason why. But then people want to go, oh, well, what about Little Kim? But I'm like, Little Kim had bars though. Little Kim can rap. But if you go before her, you had Queen Latifah, MC Light, and all that other shit where, they necessarily weren't the prettiest because, you didn't think that they were, woman enough, but they could rap and they still sold. So go ahead and say what you got to say, Double A, because I ain't too rebut.
Yeah, I got something to say too.
Go ahead, Heather. Be
Go
honest. You
ahead.
have it.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Just
This is
swing
an
on his
issue
ass.
because it's a couple of things. Because seeing the conversations over and over again on TikTok in regards to specific artists, and this is what I'm gonna say here. The reason why that it is such an issue is because we do not have the same balance that we had back in the day. Period. It does not. The thing is, we do have the conversation is valid when we talk about certain rappers who talked about these same specific things, back in the day. However, it's not just only because of the fact that their flows were good. We had other artists, as Jay said, we had Queen Latifah, we had MC Light, we had other artists to balance it out. Now it seems like the industry is only focused on specifically exploiting these particular type of artists because it sells. But then you also have to think about it. If it's selling, that means somebody is buying it. That means somebody actually likes it. So if it's a situation of us wanting to have diversity once again, then it has to be a push for specific artists that we want to put in the limelight, as opposed to the ones that we keep pushing into the limelight that we don't like. Yep. They sell period. And what's selling right now? Ski Lee. That's what's selling.
That song fucking sucks. I don't care what nobody say. Anyway,
it's not about them. It's not about them saying they don't suck. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of talented women. There's a lot of talented women in the game today. Y'all don't support them. That's the biggest thing. Y'all don't support the Mayas. This is why they're blackballed. This is why all the independent women artists out here that's doing great things, y'all don't support them. Y'all want to hear the ratchet shit. Y'all want to hear I'm thugging with my rounds. That's what y'all want to hear. Y'all want to shake your ass to all the weird. Y'all want to shake your ass to Sugiana. So if y'all would support, as we as people will support the other side of the balance, like Heather was saying, then you would see a difference. But at the end of the day, we live in a society where all we want to do is be
ratchet.
Yeah. Y'all want to just shake ass all the day.
It ain't y'all, because I can't stand. I call the bitch Dirty Red. I can't stand her.
You want to Pound Town with the booty hole brown?
I mean,
I personally is like, do whatever it is that you want to do. But again, if you're asking for this balance, put forth the energy towards the motherfuckers that you actually want to see.
Support them. Buy their albums. Stream their albums. Have their songs played on the radio. uh, there's ways of getting exposure out there for good artists, women artists, opposed to. But I mean, if we want to be honest though, like women have been women. This has been women forever now. I remember the days when Eve first came out, and Eve had to go that route before she even was able to get a name for herself.
Hold on, we gonna go even further back because if you listen to them old songs by them women,
Girl,
that's been surfacing around, you like, yo, this shit been going
Exploitation
on
has been around forever.
forever.
I mean,
right.
yes. Yeah, I mean,
Millie
we're not
Jackson
talking
wasn't
about
hot
Millie
for
Jackson
nothing.
and all that. We ain't talking about that, but I'm just saying. Nowadays, like I say, we got Cardi B, we got Sukiana, we got Sexy Red, we got and then not to mention all these women is ugly. But anyway, that's for another story, another show.
I mean,
But
Don't comment on that.
See, but see,
I'm
that's
just saying.
another thing that
But
becomes
at
an
the same
issue
time,
too.
but sex sells.
you putting down black women.
Okay.
You put down black female women, rapper women, and this is part of the problem. Like
I'm
calling them
putting down black
ugly, or
women.
you just said
They
they all
are.
ugly.
Like, I mean, like I say, I'm not the most handsome guy in the world. I'm not
But
gonna
do
sit
you
here and
see
say
where
I'm smart.
What
bit
he
more
said,
of
hold
an
on,
issue
Jack,
though?
hold on. What he's saying is this: you're putting these women down for saying that they're ugly, so therefore they feel like they got to show their body off and say what they say so they can be heard because of people thinking that they're ugly.
There's
Okay,
tons of people
And
think
why
that.
is that such a
but
specific
as I said
thing?
earlier, Queen Latifah and MC Light wasn't necessarily the cutest things walking, but we still listen to them at the end of the day.
But you still put down the women when you said what you said is what he's saying.
Like I said,
You wouldn't say the same thing about any of these white girls singing or rapping right now, and that's the problem. Like
Well,
Katy Perry just toured all around the U.S. and you and what?
I don't listen to Katy Perry, but go ahead.
Well, my point exactly. You'll talk trash and say that these girls is their music is trash and they're ugly, but you don't support them. You don't have no good things to say about them, and then you wonder why there's no balance in the rap female industry.
It's too
No, but see, I support. But hold on. Okay, now, but I support rappers like Rhapsody, though. Who I support rappers like Rhapsody who actually can rap, as opposed to my booty hole is brown, my pussy pink, my shit.
You're using one. You're using.
But
you're
using
one extreme of the spectrum.
Should not matter.
You're using one extreme of the spectrum. You only using one extreme of the spectrum. Of course, that song is terrible.
Okay. So what you're saying is that because I don't support them, they have to result to being
because
exploited.
I mean, until they get their foot all the way in the door, they have to do what's going to make them. Everybody's looking for that one thing to make them go viral, and that song made her go viral.
Okay.
So basically, her becoming a ratchet sex symbol.
Yeah, and so because I don't like ratchet sex symbols, that makes me sexploitation towards her.
No,
because I don't like the music.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, if we would support our female rappers differently, opposed to having them go out and have to create songs like "My Booty Hole Brown," "My Pussy Pink," "My Booty Hole Brown," if we give them a different type of respect and different type of support level, women wouldn't have to come in the game and be sexually exploited this early on in their careers.
Okay, so then that's from the higher ups. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I think the music is trash. That's the reason why I don't support it.
You play into that. You play into that problem.
But being ugly is an extra. Being ugly is an extra part of the situation to me. So that's the reason why I say that.
Though.
But at the same time, go ahead.
This is the thing, though, Gerald. By you specifically bringing up their looks, the question is, why is that only specific when it comes down to females and their aesthetic, when you can have an ugly ass nigga and rap his ass off and don't nobody give a fuck about the fact that he's ugly, because the only thing that they're only looking at his skill and that's it. But for a woman in the industry, she has to be the complete, like, why does it have to be where she's the complete package? She got to be able to rap. She got to be able to look good. She got to be able to, like, why does she have to have everything while the males can just have that, just their skill and that's it, and blow up?
and half of them don't even got that skill. So
And
More than half.
90% of them don't got fucking skill. But what I'm
More
saying
than
is this,
half.
because like I said, I would say the same thing about the guys because I ain't listening to a half of these fucking guys either because they trash. Like that's why I don't even download or stream a lot of the albums nowadays just because I know them, you know what I'm saying? I know what type of person this is and I'm not even trying to hear it at the end of the day because rap is basically, I'm not even gonna say rap. Music in general has taken a turn that I don't want to make that turn necessarily just yet. So it ain't just about your looks. At the end of the day, you can be the ugliest motherfucker in the world and still can rap your ass off. But if you make good music, I'm gonna fuck with you. It is what it is.
but you
But
managed to
I
still
mean,
throw
yeah,
that aspect of looks into the picture though. That was a crazy.
Right.
okay, well, okay, maybe I was wrong for that aspect. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, at the
I'm
end of the day,
sorry, Tucker.
we all
wrong
gonna have
that
our
aspect
personal.
in being
We gonna have
ugly
our own
and to
personal opinion
but
on how
but
people look.
90% of these women now are fucking garbage. It is what it is. So yeah,
Your
but I hear
opinion.
what you're
These
saying.
girls
No,
are
I hear
too.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Men too. Men too. But
Until you
I hear
change
what you're saying,
until you
and I
change
won't
your
use
thinking
that
though.
aspect no more.
It's more so 90% of the whole, both men and women, are garbage.
I'll say this.
Well, at least meet you equal
They
opportunity.
can come out and the shit that they first come
Equality.
out with because that's what's going to sell. It's going to sound trash, but if you don't actually listen to the whole album to see if they actually got good music or they got really good flows, you're never going to know. That's plain and simple.
Okay.
But then
I hear
also these girls, some of these girls are representing a specific demographic of girls who actually exist too. So that's why I said it's just a matter of again balancing it out again.
I think it's more so like we get stuck on that one particular song that if they put out like a million like a million of good records, just to say hypothetical. They put out other good music. We are not going to tune into it because we're all stuck on that one thing that is just basically annoying as hell.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, Meech, but at the same time, if a person puts out Booty Hole Brown, then they put Ski out, then they put Oh yeah, my pussy pink and it don't stink, then it's kind of like, okay, I see where you're going. I don't need to listen to the rest of your album at this point. So therefore, I don't give a shit what you talking about at the end of the day. So I don't need to listen to the whole album because you kind of lost me with the 3 singles that you put out already.
You ever heard somebody's music? Well, you heard a song from them, you're like, I don't really care for this. And then you get to their album and you just start skipping shit because you're like, no. And then you go back and hear the shit and be like, this is the shit that I missed. This shit fire.
Yeah, I have, and like I said, I have.
There's been a few.
By the way,
yes, you can.
By the way, Diddy album is fire. I'm about to say I have. Diddy album is fire, by the way. But yeah, so I can. But yeah, so no, you're very right because there are some songs that I may not have heard at first because it wasn't pushed or whatever. But then when I hear it like on YouTube, because I don't have a TikTok, but when I hear it somewhere else and I'll be like, oh, that's kind of hot. Who is that? And they be like, oh yeah, it's such and such. And I'm like, damn, like they actually put that up.
Example.
Okay, I fucked it up. Say it. Okay,
prime example. I don't like Sukihana. I don't fuck with her like that. But Payne was at the bar one night and he played a song by her and somebody else, and this shit was legit good. So it's all a matter of taking out the bullshit that you hear from a song and actually sitting down and listen to the other records that they made to see if it say something that resonates with you or that you like, instead of just listening to what everybody has been pushing.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the focus nowadays is motherfuckers just going viral. So they know what to release and put out where it's going to grab a motherfucker's attention. But if they don't have anything to keep it, then again, you're just another viral person and that's it. You're not an artist.
You only got so many opportunities to make it big before they be like, all right, bro, you tried and you struck out, bro. We got to find something new to do. And I think this is why Lizzo stays very relevant in today's age because not because she makes her music, because of her antics. And now she has finally gotten back to a spot where she's making good music, but now she has more antics come around the corner about how she's treating her employees and stuff. So
the corner scene, oh my nigga.
Oh shit. Okay.
that's a great name.
Okay.
That's a hot name. That's a hot name. I like that.
Now, because I know you got a lot to say, but let me get to the comments real quick, and then we gonna have you go down because I know you got a lot of shit to say about this. Hold on. Here we go. So this was yours because sex sells, and half of them got horrible flow. Lorena also says that's what sells. Poetic, you also said Lil Kim came out naked as well. And Lorena said, y'all, it's too many, sir.
Rap.
Sasha also says, thank you, Aaron, in regards to what you said earlier. Lorena is laughing. Corey is in the building. What's up, Corey?
What up, Corey?
Yeah, what we talking about, but he
What's the
already
deal?
put his 2 cents in.
Welcome back.
Sasha shaking her head at you, Gerald.
Why, Sasha?
Because of your
Why?
comment earlier.
No,
Corey says,
explain in the comments so I can respond. But go ahead.
She was talking about how you calling women ugly and
Yeah.
got no flow.
it was in regards to that.
I mean, like I said, I ain't the most handsome guy on earth.
Okay, no, let's get it.
Let's get to the comments.
Let me get through the comments.
Let's get to the comments.
Corey says, honestly, being a DJ and a producer and coming from an indie rap scene on the East Coast, sex symbols are what make you pop. Nobody's playing songs that have substance in the club. Nobody wants to hear nobody wants to be in the club listening to music that motivates your life.
So that's what.
That is true.
So that's why Nas don't get played in the club, right?
I mean, yeah. Lorena says Beyonce was definitely impressed by Jay-Z's skills. I said it.
Another comment, another day, man. Because these four.
Don't get on Jay-Z like Corey says, nah, because I love me some sexy red, but that booty hole brown gotta go. And Poetic says, okay, you're in here now, so we're gonna have you say something in a second. Corey says, yep. And this is in regards to Sukiyana. He says, ooh, I like her. She's a hit and miss sometimes. And then he also said that 15 minutes of fame. And Lorena says he's in the corner. You already in the perfect place.
Yeah. CEO.
He is the CEO.
You know what it is. All day.
Let's go. Let's go see. Let's go see. Let's hear it.
Hey, let's be 100, fellas. Let's be 100. If half these chicks wasn't cute, we wouldn't even, for one, listen to the song. We wouldn't even care. If Lil Kim didn't come out, if Lil Kim didn't come out the way she came out with who she came out with, was he really listening to a 14-year-old rapper sing? Because when she came out, she was only 14 or 15.
She was young.
Foxy Brown went.
You sure
Foxy Brown's first album was called Il Nana. She was 14 or 15.
No, you talking about the wrong person. That's Foxy Brown.
No, Lil Kim
Brown came out when she was 14, 15. But but you said Il Nana, and that's why I'm like,
you missed it. You missed it, Jay. He missed. He did say that.
He did say Lil Kim first, but then
no, he did.
Okay, so
Lil Kim's first album, she is really busted open.
Okay,
in a squat. One of her hottest tracks on the album was called "If I Was a Dude, I'd Tell You Suck My Dick." How many of y'all really bumping this album? And she didn't come out with Biggie, and she didn't catch our attention because none of us knew she was 14 or 15 when she first came out. Agreed. None of dudes wasn't gonna be on it. Now, Queen Latifah, when she came out, and if you watch, they had a documentary on all the female rappers in hip hop on Netflix, and she literally said she changed her look and made herself look the way she did because she wanted everybody to like her for her substance.
Right.
MC Light said the same shit. You gonna feel me for my substance? I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna spit this pro-black, strong black woman stuff, and we loved it. We barred it. We was on it. Everything. So these new chicks is coming out. I have listened to most of Nicki Minaj albums I've heard, and the music doesn't resonate with men for us to even really want to listen to it. Like them songs do not resonate with us. Like it has nothing to do with how we live our life. So it wouldn't be hot to us. Like Rhapsody, she different because she's talking about, being about the people, about us. She ain't talking about the ratchetness of music. And the music sell, I mean, women guys sell their stuff like that because most men will not buy it. If we had to look at them looking normal, because if you seen Lil' Kim when she was looking normal, she was not an eye candy for nobody. She had no titties, no ass. She had a short bob.
But
She was just.
But there's exception to that rule though, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you because
I agree because when she
now.
first came out, like I said, "Crush on You." I can't think of the name of the first song that she came out with.
But very pretty on it.
It was P. Diddy, and she was pretty, so that's why I was like, that's why I'm like,
her up. Because if you look at her prior when she was just out there freestyling, and it was showing videos when she was freestyling, he was looking like that might be Mick Mills.
Okay. No, I didn't say all that when I was a child. I'm just being honest.
But she was 14.
Like I said, I want to say the name of the song is I can't think of the name of the song, but it came out with P. Diddy, and I fucked with Lil' Kim then. And then the crazy thing was I wasn't even physically attracted to Lil' Kim like that. Like I didn't get attracted to her till like lighter, like put your lights up or whatever it's called, lighters up. So I didn't really physically get attracted to her. So
you was late.
I'm being honest. She had to have work done. She had to have body before I even was like, damn, Lil' Kim cold. But
how do we consume music back then? We consumed music from music videos back in the day. Okay. Most of us, the video came out first. True. Before the song ever hit the radio, before we ever saw anywhere, we got the video. And we was like, ooh, who is that? And then the album cover came out because the radio wasn't playing her shit like that, especially in the West Coast like that, because we were biased back then. So we had to get the album cover, and we walking through Target like, oh, is she busting it open? Let me slide this. Lil' Kim. Oh, she was on that track. Oh, let me listen to it. And honestly, on that first album, I'm going to give her about 5 cuts. That was legit like, all right, cool. That was just her. The other one had Biggie on there, had Junior Mafia was on them joints. A whole
bunch of features.
So it was like, okay, did we listen for her or for the features?
I mean, you already know what that was. That's like Eve. We listened to Eve not because of just Eve, but she had the whole DMX.
But who brought her out at that time? Rough Riders was so hot. We thought everybody from Rough Riders was hot.
But at the end of the day, she still had to sell them little bear prints on the side of her titties to be who she was.
And we say she kind of cute with the short haircut.
I did say that. I hated her. I hated her with the blonde short hair joint. My guy, I can't even front. She wasn't.
But
she didn't.
Niggas in the hood was like, I'm cool with the short haircut, little mama.
Hold on, real quick.
Because Jada just came out with two.
That's different purpose for different guys. Because me personally, I didn't like her with the short hair. I didn't care for it. I thought, like I said, I liked her music at the end of the day because "Got a Man" was my shit. I can't even sit up here in front of you. Now, I wasn't looking at her for sexual pleasure at the end of the day, or even being remotely attracted to her. I liked the song. It is because, like I say, the first joint she came out when she had the long braids. I didn't like that shit. I just didn't. It's just my ear at the end of the day.
What you got, Heather? Real quick. Let Heather jump in here real quick. What you got, Heather?
I just have a question. Yeah. So, because hearing what y'all are saying, it kind of goes back to a certain perspective that people were putting out there in regards to female rappers, that the only way that they can make it big is if they are a protege of another male. Like,
no,
that
No.
true?
No, not at all.
At
Not
that time, it
You can't even
was
say,
because
but you can't say that because Aaliyah, again, someone
she
had
wasn't
no
a rapper.
She wasn't a rapper. Very beautiful girl, but again, no sex appeal because she was wearing them baggy ass pants.
But R. Kelly was her backer, and at that time, TLC
before-
was popping, looking like that. She came out looking like that. So at that time, that was the look.
That wasn't sex appeal though, bro.
She didn't sell. It wasn't that. That wasn't a video
Was
that
the
got
sex
her
appeal?
sex
Was it
appeal.
relatability?
The sex
I'm about
appeal
to say,
came with
sex
the
appeal-
hood, with the
sex
people
appeal
that was
didn't
like,
come with
all right,
Aaliyah to rock the boat. Let's just
Rock
be
the boat.
honest.
That's
Rock
it.
the
And after
boat.
that, she was
the
done.
video that she
Until
did with
Rock the Boat came
DMX.
out, that's when it was like, damn, Aaliyah looked kind of right with that little bikini on.
She got a little
But
bikini on.
sex appeal wasn't it for Aaliyah.
No.
Like it was, her music was
That
dope.
did-
Her
but
music
she
was
was a
dope.
tomboy. That's
That
it.
did
But
come
she
to a
has
third
R&B.
album though.
But she was an
Facts.
R&B singer at that time, so her music fit the way she was. So the women, the girls who was walking around looking like that, looking real tomboyish and all that, they loved that it was a girl that looked like a tomboy that was actually blowing and actually singing good.
But what I'm saying is she's probably like the one of the few that didn't have to use her sex appeal to make it big in the game. And
Yeah, but that depends on what you consider sexy, because there was a whole bunch of dudes looking like, play ball with her and take her down, because she had the shorts on, but she had the crop top, and she had no titties, but the stomach was showing. So some dudes just like a nice stomach.
Those guys you want to
Shit,
question
when I was
too.
a tomboy, I was
I'll give you that one.
bullshit.
If you was slender in the 90s, you was it. So yeah,
You
I
was
give you
winning.
that one.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody
because I was just one of the
Yeah.
homies as a tomboy. So I get it.
She was winning. I mean, especially like I said, TLC was popping at that time, and she had like her solo look like that.
Yeah, no one had a crush on Left Eye though either. Everybody liked Chili.
That's a fact. I
had a crush on her because she was crazy.
I didn't have a crush on.
She
I didn't
burned
have
no
a crush
boy's
on.
shit
Okay,
up.
so you had a crush on her for the wrong reasons.
I think it also played into the fact that she looked somewhat exotic as well, because in the 90s,
Because she was light skinned.
I'm talking about Chili.
Who looked exotic?
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Chili.
I was about to say Left Eye.
You got a love sister.
I'm a keep it 100. I like T-Boss. I thought T-Boss was something different. It was her voice.
It was her voice.
I can see that.
Yeah, T-Boss
was good in belly.
for me.
But wait, before we
T-Boss is
continue,
thick too. Okay.
we gotta get to a comment because we have a few.
Where?
So let's give it a second. Okay, so Corey says nobody was fucking with it, but that makeover had her popping. Is talking about Kim.
Okay.
And then he also talked about that's just Nikki. Nikki was nice freestyling, but her switch over when she got with Wayne was different. And this is about you, Poetic. You said you talked good shit. And then Corey also says, even Eve was like though, on the East Coast, she was considered different because she wasn't rapping about sex. Her flow is what made her, not her looks. And then this is in regards to what y'all was talking about the tomboy shit. He said that was 90s sex appeal. Men love the 90s tomboy look. A lot of females look like that.
That's bullshit, because they said I was one of the homies.
Nah, back in the day, like that shit.
Well, I'm just gonna say,
I'm like 90.
I mean,
I was up there.
I'm not, like I said, I didn't pay, like I said before, I didn't pay attention to Aaliyah till Rock the Boat, because I wasn't, I mean, her music, yes, I knew exactly what it was, I liked it and all that other shit, but she was dressing like Jodeci, and I didn't really give a shit, so it was like, as far as her
she was still pretty, and I think it was to bring,
the whole leather outfit and all that other shit, I wasn't paying attention to Aaliyah as far as
I think it was also to make her seem more serious too, like with the shades and all that.
I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't notice Aaliyah
in other
was
words,
beautiful
he
to
didn't
Rock
think
the
she was
Boat,
cute
and
until she started covering her damn eyes with the hair.
And that's what I'm saying.
I know everybody knows she had that lazy eye.
Like beautiful. I didn't notice Aaliyah was beautiful till she was gone.
I'm playing with y'all.
I'm just saying, I didn't notice Aaliyah was beautiful till she was gone, and I was like, damn,
you lying, bro. She was good at some of them Jet Li movies, bro.
Okay, that's it. That's how to go to the next question.
She was pretty in Queen of the Dam. I mean, come on.
I'm about to say, I didn't see Queen of the Dead. All I saw was the other ones. But Dip Son, you a lying man. Don't give a fuck what you talking about, bro.
She was cute in that
You was
movie,
a
bro.
lying
Need to
man.
see Queen. Damn.
She Aaliyah dressed exactly the way she dressed in her videos, and Romeo must die, bro. Like, oh, bro, what you talking about?
Right.
And that was, I was like, okay,
But that was the look back then. That tomboy look was winning.
It
was
okay.
it,
I give you
it
that.
was
The
on
tomboy
the-
look was with it, but at the same time, I wasn't really checking for him like that. It was just, it was rap because I was affirmated to like.
But you know how we like really
and
just
shit
left
like
rap
that.
and went to R&B. Like, why are we having a? It was a whole. Why is
We
we
all
rap
over
fellas?
out of
We
nowhere.
went to Aaliyah. She has
Right. We all over
nothing
the
to
floor. But
do.
see, this is talk your shit. You can like whatever comes to your brain, you can
Let's
say
go to the
whatever you
next
got to say.
question,
But I'm
y'all.
just saying, we talking your shit right now. So, but
HD
each his own.
Do the next.
But
Do the next
I'm
question.
We got one. Wait, we
But
got one
before
more
we go
comment do.
We got one more comment, and this for you, Jay.
Yeah.
May said you tripping, haha. And what's up, May? How you doing?
Hey, May. Okay.
I'm tripping. You don't know me like that, girl.
Next question. Before you start
I'm just
going on
fucking
his
with you. I'm
rant.
just fucking with you, man. I'm just playing. Don't talk to me. I'm not. I'm just joking. Don't take me serious. Don't take me serious.
And she said, "Hey,
But hey,
guys."
girl, I see you.
The next question
But yeah,
is,
let's get to the next question. Hey, wait, hold on, Professor. CEO Corner, got to bounce for a second. Come back though. We'll talk some more.
I'm trying to get out. Where my fucking cursor at?
All right.
Why
Let's
don't
go.
people understand the difference between living and existing? Why don't people understand the difference between living and existing?
That's a heavy question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say that when you're living, you just here. But when you're existing, you have some sort of substance with yourself. Like you're out here, you're going to work, you're doing
You got it backwards.
You gotta switch that.
okay, when you're living, okay, okay, living, okay,
Existing is
okay, I do have it backwards. Now I'm in drinking, so excuse me. But when you're existing,
You
you're
know,
just
you can't
here.
use that excuse every time.
Yes, I can. You can't tell me no otherwise. But like I was saying, when you're existing, you're just here. At the end of the day, you just have life, and you're just wasting it away on doing whatever bullshit you feel it is with it. But living, you're actually looking at the point that, oh, I can travel. Oh, I got a job. I got kids. I got to be able to provide for them. That is living at the end of the day. So a lot of people don't give a shit about providing at the end of the day. They just care about themselves. So that's when the what's the name of existing and living comes into play. But go ahead.
I want to say this. Hold on, Heather.
Go
Let me
ahead.
get this out right quick before I forget. I feel the difference is because we are taught that this is what we have to do to survive in the world. We get stuck in existing rather than living because we are existing and helping others create their dreams of living because that's what we were taught. You have to go to work. You have to do this. You have to do that. You got to do this, this, and this. So them thinking that they're living, they're just existing. I feel that's why they don't understand the difference because we are taught that you have to do this to live.
It's definitely
It's
what's
really
been
just to exist. But go ahead.
It's definitely because of what's been taught. Because I think about my own mother and how she pretty much worked and worked and worked and worked just to take care of anybody else, but didn't really get a chance to enjoy the fruits of her labor. And unfortunately, especially right now, because of the way how the economy is, you almost feel like you sometimes you're put in a position where you don't feel like you even deserve to live because not live as in like live your life like actually breathe, but live and enjoy your life because you're always every single day trying to figure out how you're going to make it to the other day. So you don't even have time to try to, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my money instead of giving it to bills all the time. Like we're literally in a position right now, especially with this country, that all you literally can do is exist, and that's it. And that's very freaking unfortunate. I know for some people, they at least do still have the opportunity to have that little bit of leeway to enjoy, life a bit. But for most of everybody, That's all they can do is just exist and just make it to another day.
Hmm.
Honestly, for me, I think we got so comfortable in the circumference of life that we basically it basically everything we do is down to a routine per se, and we don't know how to get out of that routine. Like, yo, wake up, go to work, and then back home, repeat. We don't know how to we don't necessarily know how to get out and to basically enjoy what's really out there in life, in my view.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, when you really think about it, there's so many things that people want to sit here and experience, and sometimes knowing the fact that it's a possibility that you won't even get there due to finances. It's like fuck. Like you want to travel different places, you want to take in different cultures, like you really want to see things outside of what what you've been taught or what you've grown up around. But life right now is just making it really hard to do that.
Oh boy.
Anybody else? Looks like the boys all in deep thought.
I mean, Gerald already spoke, so double A.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about what she just said, but go ahead.
I don't have much more input to get to this without making it a big argument. But
Please
Just
make
talk
it
your
a big
shit.
argument. I would
Go
love,
ahead.
I'm in the mood to argue tonight for some reason. But go ahead.
you've been drinking, and I
Even
don't
if
want
I was sober, I would love to argue about this. But go ahead.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
I partially agree with what a lot of you guys said, and I partially disagree with a lot of you guys said. So, for the most part, I think you guys got it right, though. I think it's easy to just exist. It's easy just to wake up and do your normal everyday things, opposed to actually living life. So, I'll keep it short and simple. We can go to the comments.
We'll
Hmm.
see.
Alrighty. So Corey says because they haven't lived. May Love was laughing at us. And Poetic says because they have grown up just existing that they don't know what living is. A lot of people are not in the financial or mental position to live. Corey also says survival mode, and he says snaps. Go on, Heather. Thank you. And Poetic says some people people have never seen people realistically living to even strive to live a life. For some, existing is living. And then Sasha says, Heather, you hit the mark for me. This country makes it hard to live when all you can do is afford to exist. Corey also says, don't know how to live. Don't know how to live. I feel like we have become comfortable dreaming of what we could do, but are so stuck on just existing that we don't get the opportunity to live. Yeah. And then Lorena says some people's definition of living is also different. One can think that it's just existing, but to them it's living. I agree with that.
Talk
All right.
your shit,
Talk
girl.
your shit.
Let me also
That's a good
say
one.
real quick. We don't surround ourselves with the right people. We surround ourselves with people that's equally yoked with us, and we should be surrounding ourselves with people that are like slightly higher than us. We rub shoulders with people that got higher ambition, um, maybe make a higher amount of money, maybe have higher goals than us. I think it's easy to be a part of your environment. I live in the ghetto. My best friends are living in the ghetto. We're just gonna be some ghetto motherfuckers. I think when you have a firm, good circle around you and say, "Hey, we all gonna make out this hood. We all gonna have meet our dreams and ambition. We gonna meet these goals this year." It's a lot easier to elevate your thinking opposed to just staying in your same, like Meek said, circumference, and just stay stagnant. But I just think that a lot of times you're in the wrong circles. And put yourself in the right circles, and I think that will expand your thinking from just living opposed to just existing.
Mm, I hear what you're saying, but I think that just because you live in the ghetto, you have a ghetto mentality. But I think that the friends that you do separate yourself, I mean, that you do have the circumference with, should think like you. like because mostly everybody has. I mean, I'm not gonna say mostly, but some people have the ideas and ambitions of going to the next goal. But yeah, your friends can bring you down. But if you say bring yourself with friends who quote unquote make more than you, I don't know if that's necessarily it. You just have to have the
Yeah,
friends
Surround
that
yourself with like-minded people who want to
yeah,
achieve things
I
in
would
life.
say
That's
like
all you have
mind.
to say.
but like, you ever had a friend held you back in life? You ever had a friend tell you that you'll never amount to anything? You ever have a friend that
No.
had his priorities fucked up and rather have Louis Vuitton backpack and shoes opposed to having? Never mind. But again,
Yeah, yes, I've had those friends. I've had those friends, and they're no longer my friends. But at the end of the day, but what I'm saying is this: sometimes that
That's
the goal that
surrounding
you set,
yourself with like-minded people.
I
If
think
you're putting
Professor
them
just hit it on the
people out of
head.
your
Just
life,
that's
Right.
Professor hit it on the head right there.
surround yourself with like-minded people who are willing to make their lives better by having goals and trying to meet those goals, whether they be small or little, but at least they're leading up to something instead of being stagnant and trying to hold you back in one
And
place.
that's all I was really trying to say.
Mm.
That's all.
Yeah.
okay,
Gotcha.
I give you that.
We have a few more comments. Sasha agreed with you, Eric. She said that is very true. Lorena said, "My father-in-law is the simplest man. He is retired yet still works for extra money. For what, I have no clue. We tell him all the time, you can't take it with you, but to him, that is living, working, not enjoying the fruit of his labor." Okay. Poetic also says, but the right circle can make you feel like existing is living. I also believe living is different considering your geographic location. Agreed. And then Corey also says some people get too comfortable. That is facts.
I agree.
That is a fact.
You
Let's
ain't
get to the
lying.
next one.
Yes.
Okay. Damn it, I just had it. Sorry, y'all. We'll just do this one. Um, why are some men pushing the narrative of a submissive woman? Why do you think that? Why do some men push the narrative of a submissive woman? I said some men. I didn't say all. Don't look at me like that.
Oh, it's gonna get good.
Why do you think some men push the narrative of a submissive woman?
Because of the Bible. No, it's fine.
Right. Have
I mean,
you
some of that does have something to do with the Bible too,
have
but
you barefooted pregnant in the kitchen? That's right.
it's a very prehistoric way of thinking, honestly. That a woman is just immediately. I think it's a difference here. I'm sorry, but the same way that men say that every woman doesn't deserve to be treated like a queen, every man doesn't deserve to be treated like a king. You need to earn it. Point blank period.
Mm,
Oh.
interesting.
And that submission comes with you being able to show that you can be a man.
What is your
Period.
definition? What is your definition of being a man?
Good point.
Being
Lost
able
our
to
last
provide communication, maturity. And when I say provide, I'm not talking about just financially. I'm just talking about in all ways, just mentally, emotionally. Like, just my thing is this. Let me ask you this question. Do you feel like
No,
a
no, no, no.
toxic man?
Y'all changing don't steer away from this. Don't steer away because
Mhm.
it's gonna end up like the last
Okay,
question.
I'm sorry. So just to go back to what I said, I just don't feel like just because you're a man, you're not owed submission from a woman. And that's where a lot of men lead with that just because they're a man, then a woman is supposed to automatically submit to them, and that's not true. I'm not saying y'all think that way, but there are a lot of men who have that mentality
Fellas,
because
it's okay. I got another question. Don't worry. Well, let's get through this one.
So
Go ahead, A,
I don't address her. I don't address her. I just go back to the original question now.
I mean, you can address her. It's fine. Go ahead.
I forgot the original question, to be real with you at this point.
why do men?
Why do you think
something?
that men? The dare you to fuck me up. Let me find it again. Why are some men pushing the narrative of a submissive woman?
I think it's old school. It's old school thinking, gender roles. I think that we're way out of those days now. But I think it's just something that it's an old mind frame that obviously worked for some and didn't work for others. But at the end of the day, I think being submissive goes both ways. I don't think submissive.
All right.
Submission.
Submissive. I got you.
I don't think being
Submission.
submissive is is boiled down to one gender. I think at times men we have to be submissive to women, and I think at times women need to be submissive to men. At the end of the day, I think it's called compromising. So at the end of the day, I kind of hate when I hear conversations about why kind of somewhat other lines of what Heather just said. It kind of bothered me a little bit. But we're not going to jump back on that conversation.
No, we can't. But I'm going to change the question so then y'all both can, it'll make sense. Why is a woman submitting to a man such a big deal? And why is it a problem if she doesn't? See how I switched it up? Now you can talk, you can go there, Aaron. You can go there now.
There's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to go there. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got it.
No. Please do.
We want to hear this.
Nah, I mean, I want let y'all go ahead and get y'all shit off first, and then I'm gonna circle back to my point.
You want to read the question again? Just so y'all. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why is a woman submitting to a man such a big deal, and why is it a problem if she doesn't? Why is a woman submitting to a man such a big deal, and why is it a problem if she doesn't?
They're doing math,
right?
I'm trying to grasp the question.
I'm like, are you carrying the one at this point? Like,
that's what I'm like. I just saw the carry the one.
But anyway,
this guy here.
I think personally, like some men, they. Shut up. Shit. For the first time in UCR history, I'm a little stumped right here.
No, this ain't the first time.
Ain't nobody asked.
It's been the first time in a while.
But anyway, go ahead, Meech. I'll let you talk.
Damn, put the spotlight on me. Shit. Honestly,
I take it back. I think we live in a day now where I think, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think there's too much of independentness being preached among men and women, and it gets down to a fact where I think some people feel like they don't need the other person for anything, and I think that's what's fucking up society today. So no matter what, it's always going to take another. I was about to say a man and a woman, but it can take a man and a man or a woman and a woman. It's always going to take somebody else. You gotta drop your guard to a certain degree for somebody else and be submissive to somebody else in order to make shit work. It don't matter who it is. You gotta get off this independent horse.
But I have a question for that. Is that do you think the independence is by choice more so or by circumstance?
By choice.
A lot of it's by choice, but and some of it is solely on how they were raised. Because, as women, the fathers that in the women's lives, they teach their daughters and show them things so that they don't have to depend on men for certain things, right? As well as a mother teaches the son certain things so that he don't have to depend on her. The mother's gonna teach him how to cook, so that when he get that girl a little spaghetti and shit, he not impressed with the bullshit, right? So it's part of it. But I feel like
could be trauma as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Life experiences.
Definitely. But I feel like in order for a woman to submit to a man, she has to be fully comfortable that he will be her protector. Not necessarily her provider, but protect her. If I submit to you, you're going to protect me because I'm giving you my all. So that masculine energy that I had, is now just feminine energy. So I need you to be my protector, as and vice versa. If a woman doesn't submit to a man, that's fine. But what is your reason for not submitting? Have this person met your standards? Because it goes both ways. You want me to submit to you, but have he met my standards? And if I submit, if she's going to submit to me, have I met her standards?
Yeah, a woman's only going. I was told a woman will only submit if a guy has shown her enough to know that she's able or comfortable or okay with submitting to him. A guy can only lead if he's able to show that.
There it is, right?
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
The
Like,
laws can't lead the laws.
I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say when it got back to me. I was like, I think a woman will only submit is if they have the trust in a man to be able to lead, Like, yeah, being financial is cool, and all, I mean, well, no, not being financial is cool because that's a nice chunk of it. Don't get me wrong, but just that's a nice chunk of it. But a woman has to trust a man in order for them to completely submit. If you believe and trust that this man can lead you in the right direction, possibly get you to the next level, and be able to upgrade you, as it's been said, that's when you will be completely submissive to a man. Other than that, a woman is probably gonna be on the high horse of, oh no, I can do for myself, I can do this by myself, I can do that by myself, and I don't need a man for nothing.
Here's the thing.
And that's the other part of it as well.
And that's the thing. I can say this. I'm an independent person, right? And I can say I can take care of myself. But at the same time, I am a nurturer, so I believe in helping and take care of others. But I don't have that masculine energy where I don't know how to back down and let the man, be the man. Mm-hmm. And some people don't know the difference because they're so rah, 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 and I got this, and this is me, that they're never going to be submissive because that's the mentality that they have. They don't know how to say, okay, let me step back. Let him show me that he can be the man.
Because it's a fear of I could just do it myself. I'll just do it myself. It's like you don't want to
by yourself,
or it could be a fear
of
you putting your trust, or it can be a fear of you putting the trust in this man and he fails.
But that's life. Life's a gamble.
It is life.
But it
also depends.
Trust themselves more than they trust. A lot of women, I should say, trust themselves as opposed to trusting life and trusting a man.
But that's where it comes down to giving that trust and being comfortable enough to let that man lead.
But also, you have to look at it like there has to be like action behind it. Also, you can't just lead by just words, because words fail every single time.
But that's why you have to step back and let the man lead. When I say step back and let the man lead, that means showing by action. Not just about what come out your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Because man can say a whole bunch of shit, but if you don't have any action behind it, it don't mean nothing.
Women can say a whole bunch of shit too.
That's definitely true.
We were specific.
People in general do that.
But now
we'll say
a man is about to lead, and we gonna go to the comments. So let's do that.
Where's she at?
I'm playing with you.
It was a joke, Gerald. It was a joke.
I was about to respond.
I know you've been drinking.
So to the comments. Corey says power. Poetic says because some women are too alpha. A lot of women have been through so much that a lot of them have lost their feminine energy. A lot of men are no longer men as well and are asking for submission when they want to be submitted into stupidity. That's true. Corey also says it's a power thing. I think it holds value when a woman is submissive. And Poetic says these men are also asking for submission because they don't have dominant energy and are feeling less than from a woman that's stronger than them, but they want those strong, independent women. True. And you already reread that part. And I think he just posted like a bunch of gifts actually. And Lorena says that was part of our relationship problems in the beginning. He is 100% alpha dominant, and he didn't know what to do with me. Okay. And Poetic says, you want to hear from the corner? Bring your ass back in here.
Oh shit.
Sasha says, I do believe that leading isn't gender specific in a relationship. And then Corey also says, because anybody can talk a good game, but you got 2 eyes and 2 ears, watch and listen. Sasha also says, if I'm stronger at something, I may have to lead at that point, just like I may have to follow at other times.
That's
Okay?
a good point.
Y'all talking about shit to me.
Facts. Facts.
Is Poetic coming in before I go to the next question? Oh,
he said next question.
Okay.
You still got the link, Poetic, so if you want to come in, just pop your ass in here.
Wait backstage. I got a Drake concert.
The question is, should women treat every man like a loaded gun? Why or why not?
It's time to go.
I said I had a question for the fellas. It goes well. I had a question.
Okay.
Should women treat all men like a loaded gun? Why or why not?
Definitely want to let the fellas listen to answer first.
Like a loaded gun. I believe you should be.
I'm sorry, we were reading the comment. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. Comment.
I'm gonna say that to a degree, yes, because like I said, sometimes you don't know the breaking point that you can push to a man, but it's just the simple fact that a loaded gun, I don't know, but be very careful. Because there may be some times where be very careful with a loaded gun.
Welcome back.
For someone who owns a gun, I'm very disappointed in you, sir.
Okay.
Well,
further elaborate, my friend. This ain't time, double A.
All right.
Let me hear it, and I'll
the time, Jay.
Nah, don't put that to say since it's with me. That ain't a good look. Pause.
No, I just said some other time, Jay. I just used that. I didn't say I was in a bind, Nate.
I didn't say anything.
I just asked the question. What does that? What does the loaded gun statement mean?
Like
so the loaded gun statement. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
The loaded gun statement is this: if you treat every man as if they are going to be either negative, disrespectful, or anything to you, are you going to treat every man that same way when you first meet him? Like every man?
No.
My answer, since y'all still thinking this, I don't believe so. I don't think that every man should be treated like a loaded gun. I don't think every man should be treated the same. Here's the thing. You may run into a couple of assholes, but like I said before, my father's a prime example. My father's the nicest man you know. He is one of those people that is very quiet. I have people on this panel that I wouldn't treat like a loaded gun, because to treat somebody unfairly without knowing them is horrible and it's wrong. And you give off, how do I want to say this? Because we had this conversation before, but I feel like everybody's not a bad person. So to treat them like a loaded gun is just not right. Plain and simple.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
You're right. We did have this conversation previously, and I was reminded in regards to certain comments that I did make stating that we need to treat every man like a loaded gun. So I do want to clear that I'm not speaking specifically about the men that I know. I'm not speaking specifically about the men who have earned my trust, and I know that's not going to hurt me. So, but 1 second.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I will say this. I understand specifically where you're coming from because it isn't fair to treat someone as if they are the enemy. But nowadays, especially with the current events that's been happening, it's kind of hard to, like, we have to figure out a balance of that because you don't know what a person is thinking. You don't know what a person is capable of doing. You don't know what a man might do to you. Again, you sit here, someone says hi to you in the street. If you don't sit here and say anything back to them, you don't know what the reaction will be after that.
Let's reverse the roles. Would
Thank
you want a man to treat you like a loaded gun?
Someone who don't know you from shit.
Hold on. Would you want a man to treat you like a loaded gun? Would you want a man to treat you disrespectfully because every other female that he's met before has been on some bullshit? It's just a question.
But that's why I specifically said before I started that you're absolutely right. It is not fair to treat someone in a mean manner as if they are the enemy.
But listen to what you said. You said, however, to the people that you know, you don't know everybody. So that's still treating people like a loaded gun.
But what kind of gun we talking about?
But my question is,
it don't matter. They all fire. They all kill. So it don't matter.
But it could be a water pistol.
In this perspective,
yeah, no.
What if I sat here and treated everybody as a word?
No, damn way nobody talking about no water pistol.
Why you say what now?
What if I did? What if someone does go around and treat?
But it's not gonna kill me. Like it might knock me down.
Okay, come on.
Hold up real quick, fellas. Go ahead, Heather. What was you saying?
Okay. My question is, because the thing is, you guys are absolutely right. It goes both ways. So what if I'm walking around thinking that everybody is a saint? Everybody is great. Everybody is nice. Everybody will treat me the way that I think they should treat me.
Everybody deserves to be treated fairly first before they should be otherwise.
Everybody does deserve.
You're the white person in the car. Are you the white person in the elevator? When the black people get on, all of a sudden you. I'm sorry. What's your?
It's okay.
No, I'm saying let her finish, then respond. That's what I was saying. Let her finish and then respond. Because I
kind of see where this might go. And I just personally don't really.
So here's the thing. I didn't bring up your video. That was not the point.
No. I know you didn't.
You weren't the only person that I've heard say this. And I've heard like multiple people say this is the reason why I made that as a question. But my thing is this. If you treat every man the same, let's switch it up. Every man treats you the same. Every man has been lied on, talked about, bullshit, blah, 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 right? Now he meets you. And he starts to treat you the same way. Is it fair?
No, and that's why I said in the beginning.
But in the beginning when you said it, this is what you said. You said, for those who I know, for those who I think that you can't say for those that you know, because you don't know everybody. So in saying for those that you know, the ones that you don't know, it's like saying you're going to treat them like a loaded gun. That's why I asked that question. That's why I said it's another thing to be careful how you word things.
So I think in this case, my argument just pretty much would be invalid at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it's going to be looked upon, no matter what way I phrase it, it's going to be looked upon as if
nobody has an invalid point. Your point is your point.
Rudely versus just being protective.
Yeah, like, but there's a difference.
Wrong to be protective.
Well, there's a difference from trying to be protective and then treating everybody like, okay, they're going to hurt me. You get what I'm saying? You can be protective of yourself, but then to say, oh, well, this person's going to do this. I already have this in my head. I know this, and this. You're treating everybody like a loaded gun, and you can't do that.
Okay, so what about the women who will, again, provide their numbers or say something because of the fear that something might happen? So just to alleviate that, all right, here, take it, just so that I'll be safe. Is that an issue? Is that wrong?
It's the same way with men. So here's the thing. A man can give a woman his number, right? You had a couple of conversations with her. Now the bitch a stalker. She calling your phone. She popping up at places. She's doing X, Y, and Z. It's the same thing.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
Corner CEO. What's your take on that?
I have nothing else.
Okay, so I feel like this. I think in this day and age, I think if anybody who's been scarred will treat almost anybody like a loaded, you would treat a relationship like it's a loaded gun. But I feel like everybody should treat any relationship like a loaded gun. I feel like it's also a situation where women, because you guys are more emotional than us, y'all treat everybody like it's an AK-47 or something. Where most men treat almost every woman like they like a little 22 or something. Like it's gonna take a whole bunch of shots before you drop me. But every woman look like it just takes one thing to take me out. This could end this tomorrow. He's gonna
Your
do something.
perspective of
He's
saying
gonna do
every woman.
something. I
No.
feel like a lot of women, let me
Okay.
say, a lot of women look at it like most men is gonna do something dramatic every time. Most men, we don't even care. Will take a girl with the biggest baggage on the table and see something different in her. Most men will. It's more men that would take a woman who got a bunch of kids than it is a woman that'll take a man with a bunch of kids. It's more men that'll look at a woman. Believe me, there's a bunch of chicks out here, a bunch of chicks who ain't worth shit. They got a nigga. They got 4, 5 kids. They got no job. They got no car.
I'm the
They got
prize. I'm the prize. I'm the prize.
exactly. And that man would go in there with full-hearted trust in her. Because in his mind, it's nothing that she can do that can really destroy me. Whereas a man comes to tell with that same situation, most women already feel like this dude is a shooter.
That's
Just because
bullshit.
he may look nice.
That's
Just because
bullshit.
That's
he's
his
On my
a
end.
opinion, though. That's his
I said
huh?
on my end. I said on my end. That's bullshit on my end.
But I said most women they look at a man and say, oh, he looked nice, he dressed nice. He's a player, he's a dog, he's gonna hurt me. So they automatically, when you see somebody that's carrying themselves a certain kind of way, a lot of times, a women look at him like he's a loaded gun. He's most likely probably gonna do something crazy.
I just think putting loaded gun in the same sentence of prejudging or past traumas is kind
That's what a loaded
of
gun is. You prejudging somebody. Period. That's what it is. I got a loaded gun because I'm judging this person. I believe this person is going to do something.
I just I hear you. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. I stand on the opposite side of the spectrum, and I think again we go back and talk about all our previous questions, with maybe the exception of a few. The reason why people don't commit, the reason why we have past traumas, the reason why we go through what we go through in life is because the way the outlook we have on things these days, and putting seeing every man as a loaded gun, it's on the extreme side for me, and that's just my opinion.
I
Meet you
think
guys.
I
My
think
bad.
no, I'm just saying like I think people they just grow so used to types of people to where it's easy for people to treat others like a loaded gun. But do I think it's fair? No, because you don't open that door to understand of other people out there because you grown so used to it, like you're on the defensive. And when it comes to me like other people, if you're on the defensive, how can you expect yourself to know other people or learn from other people if you're encased in a shell?
I agree.
But I mean, just because you look at him as a loaded gun, doesn't mean you don't move in a certain direction. I mean, you can look at somebody without a loaded gun and still move with a protection layer of yourself. You could still sit there and be like, this person may be amazing. I don't think he'll ever do anything, but my protection level is not just like women. I remember women would say stuff like, I trust you, I don't trust them. But if you don't trust, if you trust me, why does they matter?
But see, I think that the loaded gun reference is a bit harsh because, like, I think that you have to meet and know this person before you get to treat them like a loaded gun. And that's the same with men and women. Then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, now I got to treat you like a loaded gun because I don't know how you're going to react, or I don't know what you're going to do. And then if I do decide to let this defensive mechanism down, how are you going to react to it? Or how am I going to react to what you're going to do to me at the end of the day? So treating a person like a loaded gun when you really don't know them is a far fetched. It's far fetched. I think once you get to know the person, then you can treat them. You can treat them the way you see forth at the end of the day. Yeah, accordingly, so you can see the way you see forth. But just treating them like that off the bat, just because you've been quote unquote hurt, or because you're dealing with past traumas in your past life, is completely wrong at the end of the day. Because I don't treat
how you think of somebody is usually how you treat somebody. So if I think of you
that's
as
a
an
fact. That's a fact. Like if I think you're gonna do this, I'm gonna
treat you like
react
a shit
a certain
person.
way. Yeah, it's
But,
like if a person say, oh, like you just meet a person and the person say, oh, I'm kicking it with the homies, and then it's gonna be like, nah, you cheating on me. I don't get, you fucking some other bitch. That's the reason why you don't want to hang with me tonight. Then it's kind of like, goddamn, I'm really hanging with my homies at the bar. We watching a football game. But just because he or she has been dealt with trauma in their past relationships and in life, they feel in their heart of hearts that this person is lying. So now they're treating the person that they would treat they're treating this person the way they would treat other people in their lives. So it really doesn't matter who comes in their life; they're going to treat that person the same, and that's completely wrong because a lot of people don't deserve the loaded gun treatment.
I mean, I guess I'm thinking of it. I don't think of the loading gun treatment to that extent, like you just explained, but I guess it would be into that caliber. That it's something like that, which I totally understand because people don't realize I work how hard I do, and they be like, "You a fucking lie." I know I'm really at work. I get this money, but
right, and then in reality, that's gonna make you look at her different because it's like now you don't fucking trust me, and we can't even go nowhere because you already treat me like you treat the other motherfucker.
You're already prejudging before.
Yeah, I don't look at anybody with a loaded gun. I just wear my bulletproof vest in case anybody starts shooting. I don't know where it's coming from, so I wear my vest. Because it might not be the person you with that's shooting. It might be their family. It might be their friends.
That's also very true.
Well, let's shoot to the comments real quick, y'all. Can we show over there?
That's a fact.
Pew, pew, pew. 22.
No, let's aim over there. You're not shooting nobody. Go ahead.
We only have three comments. Lorena says, "Dang, that made A disappear." She was talking about the question.
I remember.
And she also posted that. And then Corey says, "It's one thing being cautious, and another thing treating them like a loaded gun."
I agree.
Yeah. So this question is going to lighten the mood, but make some people mad. I don't know, but. What is your thoughts on paying the bill when you and your friends go out to eat? Split the bill equally or pay for what you ate?
I pay for what the fuck I ate. You fucking crazy. I'm not. Let me explain something. If we go out to eat as talk your shit, and that bill comes to and we invite. Matter of fact, we invite some of the people that's in the comments right now, and they all come. To dinner, no pun intended. So, if the bill comes out to be $1,000, and all I had was the fucking chicken, and my shit was $27.50 or whatever the fuck, that's what I'm paying for. Now I'm gonna give a little extra towards gratuity and towards the taxes and all that shit, but paying a whole $1,100, like we about to split $1,100 between X amount of people? No, that's not. I'm not paying for you to eat. At the end of the day. Regardless of who birthday it is and regardless of who came. I'm not paying for y'all to do X, Y, and Z. Why should I have to do that? I paid for what I didn't skip out on the bill. I paid for what I had at the end of the day. So why do I have to give more in order for people to do X, Y, and Z?
I'm sorry, you popped up out of nowhere.
No. I get it.
Oh,
but before we even get to anybody else, CEO, let's hear it.
It just be throwing me in. I think I'm in the background. It just shoots me in.
I
I'm
had
gonna
you
right
mean
now. I'm gonna tell you 110 right now. You ain't got no money, you can't go. So the bill comes to the table and you was ordering stupid. I'm like, oh, you
Pay
got
for what
money
you
today,
have.
bro. Oh, you paying?
Pay for
Okay,
what
cool,
you
cool, cool.
have. That's all I'm saying.
Let
But
me
I got
explain something to you. If I could split the bill before it come up, put mine on this bill by itself. Cause fuck that.
Thank God. Think I won't. With me and my
Now,
lady, with me and my wife had, that's what I'm paying for. Plus
now,
tax, plus
granted, if it's
receipt.
somebody's birthday, I'll go in half, or I might buy their
Yeah,
dinner. But for anybody else,
exactly.
and
No
I'm
now,
not
fucking
going
way.
in groups over 4. If it's
now,
more than
there
if
has
it's
been
8 people,
times
I'm
where I
not
be
going.
like, I got the check, but it wasn't much. But that's because I said I got it. Now, before you know what I'm saying. But if you one of them people that say, "Oh, we go out, we gonna split the check evenly," say that shit up front so I know not to go out with you because that ain't
But
happening.
I am gonna say this just as a sidebar. Know who you going out with at the end of the day.
And where you going to?
Pay less.
Thank you.
Because some places don't allow you to
Be
split bills.
true. Like if motherfuckers going to
Some
STK, you
places,
already know this bill about to be high than the sun of it. So,
yeah, I
like
mean,
I
and
said,
some places got a set menu for people over a certain amount of people. So
Yeah.
guess
that's a
what?
fact. That's a fact. So
I just think that
know who you going to these events with before
that's
you
the
even
ultimate lesson right
invite.
there.
Know people's pockets. And on the side part of that, people, if you ain't got the fucking money, say that. Don't come or say that at the end of the day. So we can move accordingly. As my man Double A said in the last question. We can move accordingly. Okay, you ain't got it. I got a little extra. I got my bonus this month. I can get you on this. But if you come to the shit and you look and you sit up here sipping water while everybody's trying to split the bill, then it's kind of like, bro, really? You sat up here and ordered lamb chops, you ordered a bottle of champagne and this, that, and the third, and you can't pay for none of it? Know
You
who
talking
you
about y'all
dealing
better
with
call
at
the
the end of
police
the
because this nigga
that
going to
that
jail
that
because
goes
he's
to
keeping out on the bill.
that goes to people's
That's real
that
shit.
goes to this. Like
But
people gotta
bottom
live
line is
within
I'm
their
paying for
means.
what me and my wife had. Now if the person whose birthday it is, if I decide to go half or pay for their meal, that's on me. But I'm not about to sit up here and pay for the shit that you ate at the end of the day and you get to only play a portion of the shit. No, it's not happening.
That's
I
facts.
learned something recently. Somebody told me if you invite people to your birthday, that means you paying for people to go to your birthday. And I learned this from a different culture. My Filipino coworker said, "Oh yeah, Mark, you should come." I was like, "Where you guys going?" He told me. I was like, "Man, that place is that's a nice a nice cost." He says, "Fine, I got you." I was like, "No, I paid for mine." He's like, "No, we're paying for it." I said, "Wait a minute." He's like, "Yeah, I'm inviting this." I said, "You're paying for everybody."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. I said, "I'm gonna tell you right now. You're invited to my shit. You're paying for you. I'm not paying for
Yes.
everybody to
Okay,
come.
that's cool in their culture, but in this culture,
This culture right here, if I invite
ain't
all
happening,
y'all,
bro.
it's a barbecue. And y'all able to come to the barbecue,
You
And
that's
you
what
still
ordered
need to bring something.
I'm
you
cool. I
ordered
can
it.
feed y'all at a barbecue. I'm not feeding you at Roof Crest. I'm not feeding you at
Yes,
my
I'm
shit.
not.
I'm not
Everything is
feeding
a
you
la
at
carte,
Ocean
dude.
Grill.
Everything is a la carte. Hell no. Like I
No.
said, you ordered a $200 steak. You're paying for the $200 steak. That's just
Yes.
how I feel. You ain't, and if you don't like it, don't come. That's just how I feel. I invited. I extended the invitation. Ain't nothing gonna happen as far as our friendship is concerned. You just didn't want to come. You didn't have the pockets for it. Okay, fine and dandy. But what I'm not about to do is pay for you and everybody else at this table out of my pocket. No,
I sat on both
unless I
sides.
say that, unless I physically say that to you, that shit gonna be on the flyer. Like I'm paying for it, so just come.
No,
And then
I sat on both sides of the other table before, and I've been to dinners before where the bill was maybe $2,000 and everybody paid $100 for the bill. So at the end of the day, again, I do understand what y'all saying. You don't, if you over there ordering drinks and lobsters and all the extravagant stuff, you should be responsible for what you pay for. But at the end of the day, like I just think that it boils down to know who you going to dinner with, know where you're going to dinner, know your facts before saying you will be attending. But
all I say is, if they tell you where they're going to dinner at, look at the menu. If you know that you can't afford the menu, tell them, you know what, I'm gonna have to sit this one out. But maybe next time, and that's okay.
Or I'll meet you at the next function that I can afford at the end of the day.
It's okay. It's not a problem. But if you going somewhere and you start eating this shit knowing you ain't got the money to pay for it, it's a problem.
Yeah,
because if you got the mentality, oh, I can order this because I already know everybody gonna split the bill.
No, like you,
don't give off.
You ain't about to be ordering bottles of Don. You ain't about to be ordering lobster and fucking lamb chops and them shits is, you know, them shits is expensive. So you ain't about to be doing all that. And then when it comes to the bill, you get to pay $150 just because everybody at this table done split the bill and knowing you done ordered $300 worth of shit. No.
That's just how otherwise, don't give off the facade that you got it like that when you really don't have it like that.
It ain't even showing that you got it like that. It's just the fact that you trying to get a free meal off of everybody else at this table. At the end of the day, you're getting off cheaper at everybody else at this table because everybody else is splitting the bill at the end of the day.
That's even worse.
And that's not happening on my dime at the end of the day. So
let the homies
come to a function. If you come to my function and you know, and it's at wherever it's at, whatever you order, that's what you're responsible for at the end of the day.
I'm believing it. Me and the homies, we be out. I've been out with the homies like day one. We all up in here. We done got in the car. Somebody get in the car. I was like, oh, we gonna get some food. Yeah, we good. No, we gonna get some food. Like, I'm giving you a hit now. I know your pockets and our kind of pockets, so you might want to get out the car. We done sit there and order food and looked at him as he was about to get something and said, you got yours? No, you might want to get him some water because he not doing what we doing.
Like, I will
say this. I'm not, if we all out, I'm not going to allow my friend to not eat. But nigga, you not finna order no expensive shit. That's out.
That's another fact. That's another fact. I'm gonna make sure you can dine. I can make sure that you dine. But however, you ain't about to be eating no steak and lobster. You ain't got the bread. No. No.
You ain't got no steak and lobster money.
Order that chicken over there.
Yeah, no, you can order them. You know, you can order them chicken fingers is what you can order. You can put something in your stomach, like, but oh no, you want a champagne? No, get that man in water with lime. Good. From the hills of Compton. That's what we doing. You ain't getting.
Get your water on lime and ask them for a couple lemon packets. You be good.
Man, you got yourself a lemonade now.
Eating, and there's that one dude getting somebody. Everybody let me get a little bit of that. Let me get a little bit. If you don't get your little bit of that ass, and get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, if you didn't have money to come,
the corner CEO sent that nigga to the car. Like, look here. Like, look here.
Basically stepping it off of everyone's plate. Like, get the fuck out of here.
When the bill come, you ate what everybody else ate, but you're like, I didn't get nothing. Nigga, you got some of this, some of this, some of this, some of this, some of this.
Off my plate. Run it.
Hey, you basically had a sampler.
You better run that $40-$50, bro, because you ate something off everybody plate in this motherfucker. So yeah, you need to run it.
Oh no, you putting this something for this bill. I don't give a fuck.
As a matter of fact, just for you sitting at this table, you put this. Could have sat your ass in the car, but each his own. Oh shit!
Yeah, only
But yeah, no, I'm not paying for everybody else at that fucking table, and I'm not splitting no bill. It is what it is. You just don't come. You just don't come.
Just dropped out. What the hell?
He had to say.
He did what he had to say. It did.
Oh, I had to go to the comments.
Okay.
This is gonna be interesting.
Lorena said it depends. Corey said, "Hell nah, pay for what the fuck I ate. I don't care. He also says I'll even tip, but nah, if I ate $30, I ain't paying $70. Sasha says I agree. Know who you are going with and know the restaurant. And Corey says, man, I had somebody ask me to dinner, and when we got there, motherfucker told me they ain't got no money and was ordering drinks. I fucking lost it. Sasha says corner CEO is savage as fuck. And Corey says, Jay, my wife weak at you. She said chicken tenders, kid size is what you gonna get.
That's a fact. You better.
Hey,
You ain't
it's
even
something
getting
in
the
your
chicken off
stomach.
the adult menu. You getting the chicken from the. You get. Oh yeah, where the kids menu at? Yeah, give him that. Like yeah, exactly. Let's go to the next one though.
Yeah.
So one more question. We at the 2 hour mark. Let's make it
All
a
right.
good one.
Ooh, wait.
All right.
Why do you think we live in a society where when you're in a relationship or a friendship or whatever the case may be, you always got to get your lick back? Like if they do something to you, you got to make sure you do something to them even worse. Why do you think we live in that type of society?
Because we petty
Because
like
people
that. Like
want to take karma upon themselves. They
because
don't
I
want
want you
to.
to hurt as much. Because I want you to hurt as much as I did. At the end of the day, I want you to hurt just like me. At the end of the day, if you do something to me and I decide to do something bad, I want you to feel that same pain. That same pain that I felt when you did what you did. At the end of the day, and that's gonna bring me some sort of relief at the end of the day. So that's the reason why people feel it's cool to get your leg back, but it's not really. It's not cool to get your leg back at the end of the day, depending on what they did.
I think it's more so we've grown to the perspective of going tit for tat. Like if someone does something to you and you have to give that receipt back, but we don't tend to think about consequences of going tit for tat. And I believe that's why we go into that certain perspective because lack of knowing of consequences of constantly going tit for tat just just basically like Jay said, like we we want we would want those to feel the equal pain that was inflicted on us, if not worse pain.
And the crazy part about it is, if they don't feel that pain, you go deeper into that situation. Like, okay, what can I do to make this person hurt at the end of the day?
I mean, you're absolutely right, Jack. When it comes down to getting the look back, it is about producing the same pain, if not bigger, than what they caused you. Because it's almost like that's your right. Like I earned, like you hurt me, so I have every single right to get you back the exact same way. Like people lead with that energy.
I feel like it's that whole mentality: if somebody hits you, hit them back. That you learn growing up. So your thing is, okay, this person hurt me. Now I have to hurt them more, or I have to hurt them back. It's that you hit me, I hit you back mentality that we were taught as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like you said, taking karma into your own hand instead of letting karma run its course. So, and I ain't gonna lie, my petty, I'm petty from 5 to 7 business years. So yeah.
And sometimes that hurt don't come. That karma don't come fast enough. So it's like y'all wanna y'all wanna y'all wanna bring that karma faster than what you want than what you want the actual shit to play out. So
You basically want to speed up the process.
exactly, I was looking for another word, but yeah, I didn't want to be stumped. But go ahead.
And everybody's different too. Because, like Pud said, her petty is on another level. For me, it's not even me trying to hurt you. The worst way that I can get you back is just forgetting you, period.
Sometimes it's hard for people to do that.
Talk your shit
But I think,
because because
I'm sorry.
that because that person could lead you in a certain way to where you've never been led before and you love that person, but because that person stepped out your geographical diagram of what you think that the relationship or friendship was. Yeah, I was reading dictionary earlier, trying to upgrade my 1.6, 1.59. But then it's like, okay, I'm gonna forget this person, but then you start missing what that person did for you as a friend or as a spouse. Then it
But I
becomes
think,
hard to forget that person because the next person you end up with didn't do twice as much, didn't do nowhere near what that person did.
but I
Then
think
what?
for me, when it comes down to forgetting the person, because I am a person who gives people chances multiple times, like multiple times, and once it gets to that point where I'm done, it actually hurts them more when I'm just like, yeah, I don't even want to fuck with you.
And that's
at all.
because they know that, okay, she's going to forgive me. She's going to be upset, but she's going to forgive me. But then they come to the realization, like, no, she really not fucking with me no more.
That's even more energy, me sitting here being angry and wanting. That means I still do care. Like, I still do give a damn about whether or not, even if you hurt. So in my eyes, getting to that point of just like you don't exist, yeah, that's gonna hit you a lot harder.
They could. Not saying it's complete for everybody, but it could hurt that person.
She's speaking from
Like
her
I said,
perspective.
everybody has their different version of what they'll
Yeah.
do in that place.
Even giving people so many chances, like you once you grown in once you grown like to the point of this is starting to become like repetitive, those chances are going to start dwindling down. And when they dwindle down, that's when they know they fucked up.
So then you become stronger as a person.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. That way.
Good talk, y'all. Let's go to the comments.
Hey,
Oh, Jesus.
That was funny.
Y'all childish as fuck though. Y'all do need to grow up a little bit. Y'all childish as a motherfucker. So let's just go to the comments.
Thank you. Been trying to tell
I'm
you
not
that.
childish and petty. There's two different things.
No,
I'm about to
it's all the same.
It's
Classic.
not. It's not.
To a degree,
Five to
it is,
seven,
but
five to 7 years.
But what I'm saying is, but I've
That's
been telling
business
Ed,
years. It's more days.
ever since he though, like,
You should have did
It's business years.
business years is only Monday through Friday, but you should have,
No, that's why I said business years, not business days. Years.
Monday through Friday for 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
You should have said straight days.
No. I on the weekends I don't work.
All right, good talk, y'all. Let's go to the
I'm gonna
comments.
say damn. I'm about to say shit. A collection only stay on your record on your credit report on what for 3 to 4
3 to 7
like,
years.
Oh
3 to 7.
yeah, well, shit. Okay, well,
Mm-mm.
just like a credit report, y'all.
Y'all ready
Stay
for
on
the
your
comments?
Damn.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, Corey said ego and pride. Poetic says hurt people hurt people. Hurt is not hurt if one's hurt is not stronger than that of another, if that makes sense.
And it does.
Yeah. Sasha says, I used to definitely be one of those if you go low, I'm going straight to hell type person. But the older I get, the more I realize that the best revenge is to move on in grace.
Facts.
Amen.
Talk your shit,
True
girl.
statement.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit. And with that being said, you have anything to say before I close out?
No, you had that long pause as if you didn't know what's coming next. I was like, this is where we do the closing now.
Oh yeah. No. I knew it was coming, but I was trying to give you your Pacific time to talk.
He's like, nope, just keep on.
According to you, I always cut you off, so I never let you answer. So that's the reason why I was waiting.
No.
Oh, so you ain't got nothing to say? Okay, cool. Now, folks, we have come to the end of talk your shit. Let it all hang out. Black taboo and taboo questions and the shit that you don't want to talk about in some sort of aspect. So with that
Facts.
being said, we gonna go to the creator, Miss Heather B. Final comments.
I just want to thank everybody so much for tuning in, putting in your inputs, all the comments. Thank you once again, Poetic, for coming on to the panel, chiming in. Once again, guys, if you would like to join on later shows, just let us know in the comments. We'll shoot you the link really quickly so that you can come
Stop
on
being
to the panel
afraid.
and talk your shit. Yeah, you're right.
Please do, because like, stop being afraid. We not gonna bombard y'all, but like I said, this is what makes talk your shit at the end of the day. So it's y'all. So we want y'all conversation. We want to talk to y'all. We want y'all to get on with us and talk y'all shit. So don't be afraid. Continue.
Right. And then also make sure that you do follow us on all of our platforms, social media platforms. We do have YouTube. The videos are up on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and of course our Facebook page. Final thoughts. Don't be afraid to have the hard conversations, no matter what opinions may come out. Everybody is different. Everyone does not think exactly the same way. So it's just a matter of having constructive and not constructive. Okay, constructive and comfortable conversations at the same time. Everybody's opinions should matter. So even in these taboo questions or topics, don't be afraid to talk about it. Okay, Mage, your turn. Ew.
Now this nigga want to be Elmo.
Oh, I thought it was Michelet.
I don't like that one.
Oh shit.
Wait, shit.
Hey guys, I'm not gonna tell shit. Sorry, Beach. Go ahead. Care about no
That was a
shit.
cool job. But anyways, y'all, as always, y'all really lit it up in the comment section tonight. And for closing remarks, don't be afraid to speak about things in life, like, because there's no right or wrong answers to anything. It's your opinion. Only thing people can do is respect your opinion at the end of the day. So when you become sheltered in speaking about things, you're only limiting yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be your true self. So don't be afraid, speak about things. And the worst thing people could do is just not pay attention to your opinion at the end of the day. But they will respect it.
Mm,
But if you speak about it, they will respect it. And that's real.
mm.
They will respect
Talk
it.
your shit, boy. Talk your shit, boy. I see. Double A.
Good night, y'all. It was fun. And Sasha, stop stealing my shit. I said good talk, y'all. Now here you is in the comments talking about good talk, y'all. Stop stealing my shit.
Damn.
Okay. You see? Are you are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Your turn. You speak now.
Okay, I'm just saying. No, I'm just making no. I'm just saying.
He was just clarifying.
Meeks, you shut up. And where's your
Oh,
anal bees at?
I'm about to say he was
You
serious. So,
son of a.
okay.
There's children watching this, Meech. No, there's not. I'm lying. But go
Yeah.
ahead. Jay.
I hope not. I hope not. Um, as Heather said, Heather and Meach said, I should say, thank you to everybody in the comments, everybody that jumped on and had conversation with us and let us know their opinion as a person, and we appreciate it. You guys are the superstars of this situation because we appreciate all the love and all the life that you bring to this show, because we wouldn't do this without y'all. So we just gratefully and humbly appreciate every single one of you. Now, for final remarks, compromise at the end of the day. Compromise, uh, and be able to listen to an opinion as opposed shut up, Aaron. Listen to an opinion as well as give one. That's where find someone who you can meet in the middle with and be able to grow with at the end of the day. Find someone that is not going to, how should I say, drag you down and have it to where you're just existing. Get it to where you can be able to live life at the end of the day. And that's it, that's all. Professor.
We are UTR presents Talk Your Shit. 5 people, 5 personalities, 5 opinions, and 1 mic. Thank you for allowing us to talk our shit. Thank you for talking your shit. Live life, love, and laugh. I'm out.
We got a
And with
couple
that
more
being said, we have concluded.
before
You
we
ever,
just
Some
don't you
comments.
ever just stop me? I don't care about them comments. Don't you ever stop me in the middle of what I'm saying. Heads will roll.
Shut
Go
up,
ahead.
Gerald, let her do her thing, man. Shut up.
Go to the comment section,
Shut,
please.
shut up. Wait a
Sasha
minute. You
said good
shut up. You
night.
don't talk to me like that. Go.
Okay, come on.
Sasha said good night. Good talk, y'all. She laughed at you. She told Aaron to shut up and also laughed again. Poetic said after hours in the corner, we got tacos and Henny. We talking shit, recapping while midgets pop.
Damn.
And that is it for the comments. Go ahead and
And
say
with
your
that being
speech.
said, we have come to the end of Talk Your Shit. Hang it all out. We see y'all next time. And with that being said, take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye, y'all.